today we're doing another kind of special, not as much filming, but more themed podcast. So what are we drinking, Nick?
Today, we're drinking Georgetown Brewing Company's Johnny Utah. And why is Johnny Utah a really fucking cool beer name?
Well, I think it's because, like, Point Break. And, Bodie's Alpha, Bodie.
Don't think so.
Point Break. I mean, Johnny Utah is just a good name.
Don't.
I think you wish your name was Johnny Utah.
To be honest, is Bodie's Alpha from Point Break?
I don't know if, Bodie.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what Bodhi's Alpha is.
Point Break.
Yeah, you heard it here first. No, it's funny as shit, and it's really cool. So we're doing things a little bit different. So this is going to be a little bit more like a normal podcast than it was with the Willie Mays. But we're doing like a couple things, right?
Yeah, so we're going to do our normal, drink it, say our first thoughts, and then we're actually going to talk about food pairings, specifically in the context of this beer plus watching a movie, and because we're about to watch Point Break. And after we watch Point Break, come back, rate the beer,
talk a little about the pairings
Point Break, talk about the beer with the food that we make, and
how the beer pairs with the movie.
How the beer pairs with the movie.
So
it's a good point.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch the movie, watch it on your own time and just pause the podcast.
Yeah.
Fucking figure it out.
Fucking figure it out.
All right. I'm thirsty.
So cheers, mate.
Open your beer, dude.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Oh! There was some in there still.
That was on the audio. This is why you should watch it on video.
God damn it. God, my fucking phone. Who am I?
Also, setting change. We're in my living room because we're going to watch the movie. So it just makes more sense.
It would be stupid to be running up and down the fucking stairs.
Yeah.
It would not be a good time.
Or, we could do it all upstairs, but filming on my desk with food, and I'm just not interested.
No, there's more room, a bigger TV, so it's gonna be a better time. My mother is trying to FaceTime me. Not a good time, mother.
I kind of want it on the podcast.
You do?
No,
you don't. My whole family's there right now. I'll talk to him later. So, I had this beer for the first time last week or 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was over at Double R Hop Farms, Double R Hop Ranches. Double R.
Something.
Yeah. But yeah, so they had a bunch of this over there, and I was like, all right, give it a try. And holding up, I think.
Yeah. I like it. It's so to give some context, I think they can it only in the summer, but it is available year round.
Right.
At Georgetown Brewing on draft. So if you're in the Seattle area, then go get it. If you're not, hope you can find it.
Fucking sucks to be you.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. I think when I first was, smelling it and kind of getting a taste for it, I was hoping it was going to be a little bit more citrusy and hoppy.
Especially with how it smells, right? It smells kind of like grapefruity, tart, kind of, and then it's quite dry, actually.
Well, and we were talking about it yesterday, too, where the only hops in this beer are Citra, allegedly. That's what Georgetown says on their website. So, I just expected a lot more, juicy and, citrusy vibes from it. It's definitely a little bit lighter, but it is a pale ale, So, it's a solid pale ale, though, in my mind.
Yeah, I really like it. It's, it's got, a good mixture of just hoppiness and then, like we talked about, that light citrusness, but really not that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have, a lot of first thoughts on it, to be honest. I'm...
Something you kind of want to dive into?
It's Well, that, and it's kind of like I don't think it has this like big like upfront profile that's like exciting. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, first off, given the name, and second off, like knowing it's just Citra hops in there, like that's what I was hoping for. So
maybe that's a little bit.
Probably. Well, what do you say we just get some snacks now?
Sure.
All right.
And we're back. As you can tell from our cooking scenes. So Nick and I discussed what we thought would pair well with the beer. Continue drinking the first one and just kind of like narrow down what we wanted.
Yeah.
I came up with some nachos.
Oh yeah.
So we got cheese with or a queso with mango habanero salsa, some hot salsa, some guac. Obviously, Nick likes jalapeno on the nachos. It's weird, like if you guys haven't been paying attention to the podcast, I really like meat. I just couldn't decide on a meat that would go like steak is like a bit too.
It's a bit much,
and then like
takes away from all the other flavors to pair with the beer.
And then carnitas, I don't know what it is. Like maybe it's not citrusy enough. I don't know.
It's also a lot of work too. I mean, we could have done it and it would have been fine. But at the same time, like we're going for just like a simple, easy, like we're having some snacks, having some beers, watching a movie.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like even carnitas, I was like, like this beer, I'm just not like sold on a meat yet. Like maybe like a fish. I know you don't like fish, but like I would have even done like fish tacos with this, and it would have been really good. But it wouldn't have worked for us. So
yeah.
So I went with nachos. Nick with the popcorn here.
Absolutely delicious. You can't go wrong with popcorn in a movie. All right. However, we decided to pair it with this beer. Took a little bit of a twist, you know. So we're like, all right, like, what if we had like some sort of cheese on there or like some spice? And Levi came up with the genius idea of sprinkled spicy sweet chili Doritos. So that's kind of coated throughout. And then I show up today and I'm like, bro, what's with the fucking bacon? Not that I ever want to question bacon. Don't get me wrong. But
he did question bacon.
What's with the fucking bacon?
I'm a little offended, but
you should be.
It's fine.
I'm a piece of shit.
It's fine.
And then he's
beer,
like, the popcorn? And I'm like,
your reaction to bacon is making me want to drink, so
I understand. I can relate. So yeah, could not have picked a better fucking option. So at least we got some meat going on somewhere. You know what I mean?
We do. And then we also chose, I don't know if you guys can see this in the frame, but I mean, you would have saw it on the B-roll. But sour straws, I feel like probably just the fruitiness and like kind of the tartness. Like I think what it is like tart flavors really pair well with this beer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like especially the aroma, how we've described it originally. Like you smell the grapefruit, the citrus.
Yeah.
Don't really taste it a lot, but it kind of leaves that like you kind of want to bite into a green apple almost.
Definitely.
Now, green apples aren't really movie food unless you're a fucking weirdo.
That's fucking weird.
So we go with sour straws.
Yeah.
And then, for a crunchy, there's really no reason for Whoppers other than it's like
fucking Whoppers.
Yeah.
They're good.
It's just, they're crunchy, great movie snack. So
you really shouldn't watch a movie
don't fucking judge me.
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say. Unless you want to add anything else to the flavor notes. If you don't, then let's just start the fucking movie and we'll see you guys in a couple hours for us.
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of thought like spicy and tart really paired well with this. So we're going to hit it up and have a good time.
And I'm ready to eat.
Fuck,
honestly.
Yeah, starving. And Point Break.
Fuck off.
Let's go.
Well, we just got done watching Point Break. It was the original Point Break 1991 film. Nick's first time watching it, by the way, because Nick has only seen the new one.
I'm a piece of shit.
Now you know you are.
Now I know. Like, my eyes have been opened to the truth. Like, I thought the 2015 Point Break was fucking dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I've been giving it shit, and Nick is
totally. I'm like,
it's a good
bro,
movie.
Like, it's fine. It's great. Like, come on. And, like, to be fair, I watched it on a plane.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah, that's a big difference. Plane movies, you automatically add 2 points.
Yeah, and it was like a 4-hour flight, and so I was like, come on. It's pretty bomb. I was, like, sweating on the edge of my seat on a plane. Like, damn, this was fucking intense. Because I will say, this is a better movie, but the 2015 has way more, like, intense moments.
It does. Like, and a lot more action scenes.
Yeah.
And, like, you get into the whole...
Yeah.
When they're climbing up the cliff face.
Oh my god, yeah. That, like, I got sweaty palms watching that scene when they were fucking, like, free climbing. I was like, fuck me. It just, that was intense. So, but, fantastic film. Classic, really. So, overall, man, I think this was a huge success as far as, like, pairing the foods with beers, watching the movie, like,
yeah, we were talking about it, and it was like, it's going to be hard for us to like give an accurate representation of the beer because some of the food paired so well.
So good.
Like my opinion, if you're going to do this and watch Point Break, you got to go with the nachos.
Oh yeah,
and red or green sour straws. Like those were top 2
ace
contenders right there.
Yep.
Whoppers and the popcorn were pretty good.
Not bad.
But they were just pretty good.
Yeah.
The
the mood killer.
These motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
These blue sour. I hate blue raspberry flavored bullshit because like who gets to decide what a blue raspberry tastes like? But man, these are shit with this beer.
I love them, and they are shit with this beer. Like absolute dog shit. I'm totally with you. And
I'm already hating it.
I know.
Right now.
And even this shit, this fucking bullshit, not much better.
That is a lemon sour straw for the audio podcast listeners.
Yeah, this fucking lemon zesty bullshit. This would probably be fine normally, but with the beer, it just was not great. Not great. Definitely green apple or was it strawberry?
I think it's strawberry.
The red ones, yeah. Those ones were good.
But the nachos were a clear 10 out of 10.
Couldn't complain.
Whoppers were even decent.
Yeah, they weren't bad actually. I was not mad about them. Popcorn was good too. Maybe not with the beer necessarily, but like I would do the Dorito thing again.
I think the hard part about the popcorn wasn't the popcorn flavor. It was just like it was very salty for this beer.
You added too much salt in general, my friend.
Maybe, but like I think it was pretty. I thought it was pretty good tasting popcorn. Because I like a salty popcorn.
Me too, but towards the middle end of the bowl there is a little much.
Maybe, but let me throw this out there.
Yeah.
think of a salty chip like a Ruffles, for example.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have done a Ruffles with this beer. I like typically I really like chips in beer.
Yeah.
I think because this is so dry already, it's kind of wanting you're kind of wanting more like citrusy flavors, and then just to like make it even more dry by the salt. Like I think it just is doubling down on that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, like the citrusiness and like the tartness that we're getting from the candy over there, like really hits the spot with this beer. Really hits it. The cheese and like the nachos aspect, I don't know. I think that just like fills in the gap where like this beer doesn't have a very thick body.
Well, you got to remember the queso does have salsa in it, and
that's true.
Mango habanero salsa.
That's true.
It does have
that citrus aspect.
Some citrus notes to it.
Definitely. But I mean, the cheese in general, like say it had no salsa, it wouldn't be as good. That's for sure. Maybe it'd be like a 9 or 9.5.
I don't even know if it'd be that high, dude. I think the queso, like if you were gonna do like, you know how people do like oven nachos with like shredded cheese, like imagine that. I think it would have been like the popcorn, dude. It'd have been too salty.
Been fine, yeah.
I mean, like this is pretty good, but like
not the best.
Yeah,
yeah. You had a really good combination. Honestly, the mango habanero salsa melted with the cheese was a game changer.
Because even like you said, the salsa was
good. Yeah, dipping that in the salsa and with the beer, fantastic. It was like still like right on par.
Yeah.
Jalapenos were decent. Personally. I think those almost like the peppery taste in those, I think really paired well with the beer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, Levi's not the biggest fan of jalapeno flavor in general, but I am, and I thought it was pretty good. I don't think it was necessary by any means, but it was good. So the guac was fine.
It was all right.
It was kind of on par with the popcorn.
Yep.
I mean, I just like chips and guac.
It was like popcorn. I like popcorn.
Yeah, I just wouldn't pair it with the beer necessarily. So
the other thing I was thinking during this movie, and we're not a movie podcast, but it'd be fun to like actually like make it kind of a consistent thing as well to do movies and beer.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about that.
Yeah,
I mean, we pretty much just watching this whole movie. We're just like watching parallels between this and one of our favorite movies.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I could just like sit here like fucking podcast and like drink a beer and watch a movie.
And talk about the movies too, because we talk about movies a lot.
Definitely. So,
something to think about.
I mean, yeah. So before we kind of like really just dive into the beer as much as we can, I mean, I should say as objectively as we can, just kind of touching a little bit on the movie, like, first off, I don't know. Not
spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
For 1991.
If you haven't seen the movie from 1991, you should go watch it now and then come back to this podcast. It's kind of a weird thing to say you pair a beer with a movie, but like, it's pretty accurate, I'd say. It really fits it.
Georgetown, well done with Bodhisattva and Johnny Utah.
Bodhi and Johnny, you fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Good job, Georgetown. But so, like we were saying earlier, first time watching this movie, and honestly, overall, fantastic movie. There's a lot of cheese, but that's to be expected.
See, the thing is I love that humor style and cheesiness. Like, I wish there was more of that today.
Same.
Like,
I'm not mad about it.
It's very light. It's not trying. It's just like, I don't know. It just feels authentic.
There is. It's and you know what almost makes it cheesy is like the cliche-ness about a lot of the scenes. You know what I mean?
I think that's what it is. It's that's cliche to us now, but to them.
But that's the thing.
Then it was just like this is just,
it's cliche for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's real life, and like these things are just like, these are like conversations you have and like emotions you feel during these kinds of situations that like, it is cliche because that's like everyone can relate to it. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
So, solid movie, and I kind of just keep touching on it, but it's really hilarious, the parallels between this and Fast and Furious.
Yeah, no, it's like we nonstop talking about it. Like,
The whole movie.
Keanu Reeves and Paul Walker just like have very similar cadences in this and Fast and Furious, and there's the whole tuna scene.
Yeah, even fucking orders a tuna sandwich. Are you kidding
just
me?
like letting Bodhi go, like all of it, right? Is just like
Paul Walker studied this movie from beginning to end before he filmed that movie.
Nailed it.
He murdered it.
He got real good at his Point Break impersonation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was spot on. So yeah, I was not mad about the movie at all. So
least favorite thing.
Least favorite thing? I don't know, man. I think that's hard to say. Like in the moment, I feel like there were times where I was like, really? But I don't know. It all seemed very fluid. There wasn't anything in the movie that stuck out like a sore thumb. Like I feel like that happens a lot of times now with movies where the movie's going good, it's going great, and then all of a sudden they just like throw a twist in that just does not fit the style or tone.
There was no twist.
No, the whole movie just like
not really. Like
right. Like the whole movie kind of like sets this tone and just like carries it throughout. So it doesn't really shift on you in that aspect. So
my one thing, and it's not anything on the movie really, but like I had like a little personal reflection because I've seen it before, right? And then I, watching it now, and like from the last time I've watched it to like now, my life has changed so much.
Right.
I used to like, romanticize who Bodhi was, growing up because I was a pretty like not rebellious, but like very idiosyncratic person like that. Where I was like
a badass, like living it to the max,
living my life.
Yeah.
Not caring. Yeah. And then like now, I own a house in a serious relationship and everything. And I'm like, 80% of this movie, I'm like, Bodhi's a dickhead. Like he has a girl that likes him and he just lets her go.
Yeah.
And she's complaining about him from the beginning. Yeah. She's just like, he's a fucking wanker that just lives life by his own rules and he's going to fucking get killed for it.
Yep.
Not only does he get killed for it, all of his other friends get killed for it.
So that would be, as you were saying this, like that would be my only thing in this movie is like they don't give like a fuck that all of their friends just died.
Yeah,
not one fuck.
He doesn't change at all. Like he is probably one of the most selfish people.
Well, he almost has this like cult like vibe going to him. You know
that's what it is. He's selfish, but he doesn't think he's not even capable of realizing he's selfish because he's like so like in this whole one with the earth. I live this life different, so we're not in the world. We're on a new plane, and it's like, no, dude, you're just a fucking ass.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know if I would necessarily call it narcissism because like
because he doesn't see himself as like even though he is the savior, he doesn't like he's just blind to the fact that he actually does see himself as a savior. Like he's lying to himself.
Almost. I think that's probably what it is that he's lying to himself because like he doesn't directly like how do I put this? It's not like he's directly controlling people, but at the same time, like he's calling all the shots here.
Like I think his intentions are good.
Probably, yeah.
But like when you live your life in a way when your intentions are so good, but yet people are dying around you, like you probably need to have an ego check here on saying you need some self-reflection, buddy.
No matter how good your intentions are, like your actions are speaking otherwise. So I mean, you gotta, like you said, you gotta do some self-reflection here because all of your friends are dead.
Like I remember being like thinking, originally watching the film, and like he gets to surf his last wave, and I was like, back when I was a teenager watching this, I would have been like, oh man, that's cool. He's like the bad guy, but he's kind of good. You want to like him.
It's like poetic.
So it's like it's kind of cool. Like he gets his last wave, but he also like he needs to die.
Yeah.
This time I'm like, dude, I wouldn't have fucking let him go. I'm like, fuck you, right? You just let all your friends die? No. They didn't get to ride their last waves.
Right.
Like, fuck you, dude.
Right.
Go rot in jail. I know you can't handle it. That's what you fucking deserve.
Yeah. It's
I don't
fucked.
know. Maybe I'm just too harsh.
I mean, it's a movie, but I mean, in real life, yeah. I mean, that's what happened. Like, we ride my last wave, bro. Nope. Got a squad car with your name on it right over here, bud.
Not gonna do that.
Not gonna do that.
All right.
So yeah,
let's rate this beer.
Yeah, jumping into the beer. How's it look, Levi?
It's orangey.
It is orangey. There's no getting around that.
We're very tired. You can't tell.
We're kind of tired.
It's been a while.
Levi needed a caffeine boost. I probably could have used one myself, but instead grabbed a PBR. We're also quite a few beers deep. I don't know if you can see that on frame either, but we packed away a few beers too.
Listen, when you cook and you podcast and
fucking worked this morning, it's been a long day.
It's a long day.
Yeah. So smell.
We've kind of touched on this already. It's more citrusy than it tastes. A little grapefruit, in my opinion. A little tart on the smell. Can a smell be tart?
I'll allow it.
Okay, thank you. What do you think?
I think the actual like herbalness of the hops comes out more. That was a really fucking douchey thing to do. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm doing something like that. Anyways, the herbalness of the hops really fucking comes out more in the smell than the actual taste, I think. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
But fucking break your kneecaps. I don't know. Like, are there particles in this beer?
I don't.
It's hard because I've had a few beers in this, and I'm like, I'm looking in there. I'm like, can I judge this? I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, actually, 100%. Look at this.
I know. I'm looking at it too.
No, look at the bottom. Look at that stuff.
No, I know. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay. Yeah, I know there is. 100% there is.
But I'm just saying, like, we've had multiple beers in this, I mean, there wouldn't cause that many particles. But
no, not this much.
There's at least some parts.
Yeah, they got some unfilteredness going on in here. I wonder if it says that on the fucking shit.
I didn't read any of it.
I didn't.
You were the one who read it.
I didn't read anything, dude.
You're the one who read it.
I was on Reddit, but I didn't fucking read it. That's what I did half my day today. What?
Citra.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
it doesn't say anything about it, but it's got some floaties going on. But I'm not mad about it. I don't give a shit.
Not a lot, but like some.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right. So moving on to taste.
Mm-hmm.
The taste is interesting. It's very crisp, very light.
Not crisp in a citrus way, like a biting into a fruit, but like it's a very clean taste.
Clean, crisp taste. Yes. Yeah. And I'll say right now, I don't know for what reason, but I'm getting a lot more grapefruit right now than I ever have.
I think
I don't know if it's due to all the food that we've had.
I was gonna say I think part of it is the straws.
I think so.
But I do agree because when we opened the beer today, that was my first thought was it's more citrusy than I was originally thinking it was. And I think maybe it's like kind of getting accustomed to the beer. You know how like you taste the beer differently the first time you've had it than like the 12th time you've had it.
Right.
Sometimes like some of the big notes that you thought were there like weren't actually
not
there as much.
Yeah.
And then because you can kind of like better understand it.
Definitely.
So I do agree that there is more of a grapefruit tardiness to it. There's not a whole lot. It's still pretty dry. I think the tartness of it contributes, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, bit hoppy. Not really a whole lot of like maltiness or sticky or sweet flavors going on other than like the citrus. But even still, like that citrusiness, like has a lot more like bitter rindiness going on than it does like sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So I said it's light because it is. It's quite light. There's not a lot of body going on, and I think that's what I was saying too when I was talking about the nachos. Where like that cheese and the salsa mixture, like really like added a lot of body to this.
Thicken it up a little bit in your mouth. Yeah, I can see that.
Definitely. So, anything else on taste for you?
No, I think we.
All right, moving on to feel.
I mean, we kind of touched on it. Like, it's light. It's got a. I mean, it's very similar. Like, I gotta say, Georgetown has this, like, very particular carbonation in their beers that, I think is one of the reasons why you and I really enjoy them, and a lot of people really like. One of the reasons why Bodhisattva is one of the best beers.
Yeah,
because they've just nailed carbonation.
I think so, which is like a weird thing that you don't ever think about, right? Like typically, like when you're tasting the beer, like that's not the first thing that you think of.
No, and we when we talk about carbonation, we're like, oh, totally. This is a good carb, or this doesn't have very much carb.
Yeah,
they just like it creates this particular feel. Like you could just based on the carbonation alone, you could say that's a Georgetown beer.
Well, and it honestly blends.
It's interesting.
It honestly blends into the taste too. Like
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like it really adds a lot, like all around in the beer. So I agree. Like they are, it's very particular to their brand, and even like the Lucille too, where like I think of those three that I've had from them, the Lucille is my least favorite of the three, but like the Lucille is still a solid beer. And it still has that like similar like feel going on as these beers too. Like it's a Georgetown beer.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. It's very interesting. Like that's a very odd characteristic to pick out is the carbonation, but that seems to be like a solid theme throughout their beers. So that's interesting. And it's really cool because that's very unique. You don't see that really.
Yeah.
So overall, man, trying to be objective outside of the food. And we talked about this earlier too, where it's like, the food is part of the experience. Like it's part of the experience of how you taste the beer. Like it's just the situation that we're in today. So like we're trying to be fair to like this beer by itself. At the same time, it's how we're feeling today. So,
I'm trying to be really objective here, and it's really difficult. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it a 3.7.
Okay.
It's a high, good beer, especially that it's a pale ale.
Yeah.
Because my critiques are, I wish it was hoppier.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't as dry as it is.
Yeah.
But I think as a pale ale, you kind of got to balance those things out. So finished product wise, I think it's a really strong beer, really good. And the pairings, obviously, I think it's a good beer if you know what it is. So I think it's a solid beer.
That's how I feel about pale ales in general. Like it's stupid, but like at the same time, if you think about it, I don't know, it means something to me. Like pale ales, it's just like it is what it is, just solid, like a good pale ale, like just is what it is. It's a solid beer, and
like I feel like I think you probably feel the same way. This very not in taste, but like in attitude, really reminds me of the Sierra Nevada pale ale.
Totally. There's a lot of staple pale ales that I've had, like Sierra Nevada. I would throw this one in there. I talk about, Revolution's Fifth City.
Yep.
Where like they're just very staple pale ales that like they just really do the job well.
They're not like blowing me out of the water. They're not like this amazing new thing.
Right.
But like for what they are,
yeah,
just really solid, consistent.
Yep.
And just you're gonna like it.
Yep, definitely. So I'm right up there with you. I'm gonna go 3.66 though. It's right there. It's on the higher side of good as well. Where I kind of just started talking with you there, where like it's just a solid beer. It is what it is, and it really hits the spot. This is something that, like, honestly, I could probably drink this with just about anything. There's going to be some things that I'm going to like it more with, like nachos.
Yep.
Fucking could not have picked a better food. But like this with a burger, that'd also be fucking good. You know, this with like tacos, like probably be my first choice. But
dude, this with blue raspberry sour punch straws.
Not my first choice, but I'm not gonna stop drinking the beer. If anything, I'm gonna stop eating the fucking raspberry sour straws before I stop drinking the beer. So, yeah, it's a good beer, man. I'm not mad about it. It's got a lot of cool characteristics going on. It was also kind of cool, like you pointed out, to kind of see this theme now pointed out throughout Georgetown beers.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. I would be interested to take a visit with them and ask them about that. To see if they're like, happy accident, or if they're like, nope, that's definitely intentional, and here's what we do. I mean, either way, it would be kind of cool to talk to them about it.
They could be like, actually, it's a secret.
Yeah,
but we're
like,
glad you noticed.
Fuck yeah, look at us.
At least that'd be cool. Like, even if it was a secret, they'd be like, awesome.
We fucking figured it out.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's about all we have, though, man. Good times, right?
If you have the opportunity to get this beer, definitely recommend it. Certainly pick it up. It's not going to be for everyone.
No,
I don't think it will be. No. Honestly, it's just with how dry it is. Like, if you like pale ales or drier IPAs, then you're going to like it. But
definitely,
if you're more into citrusy IPAs or not into the hoppier beers,
might not love it.
Probably not going to like it. Honestly.
Fucking pick up this beer. Good. Fucking watch Fast and Furious. Fucking watch Point Break.
The original.
The original.
I mean, watch both of them. But
right.
The new one sucks. So.
But also, it doesn't. But it does.
Watch the original.
Watch the original. All right. Also, the YouTubes, Instagrams, all that stuff. I don't like the plugins. I don't like doing this.
Well, I'm not going to do it. Fuck off.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you're listening to this on audio, you should be watching on video, because we are now throwing in, as we've mentioned the past couple weeks, like B-roll and stuff. So if we make references that you don't understand, don't blame us. Blame yourself for being on the audio.
Yeah. Clearly you have the internet, so just fucking go on YouTube.
Okay. Bye.
Later, guys.
Oh, yeah. Let me know if anything's stupid in the shot.